Hi, everybody. I am Trev,
Hello.
and this above me is Alec. And welcome to episode 3 of Beanscast. Before we get started, we always like to throw just a quick FYI. If you want to join the discussion, you can always follow us on Twitter at BeanscastPod. You can also join our Discord. The link will be in the description. We like to start these out by talking about generally what we are drinking today. So, Alec, what are you drinking today?
Because it's late for me. I have some iced coffee today. This will
Ooh,
not
iced
be
coffee.
Alec drinks a few too many margaritas episode. This is a coffee episode of some delicious coffee wizards,
Ooh,
I Colombia,
Columbia. I was
and
going to say where are they from. So okay,
yeah.
is it a darker roast?
No, it's more of like a half city, so like a medium roast. Throwing out technical terms. Look that one up, everyone.
Half
Half
city.
city.
Yeah. What does that mean?
Half city. Um,
Is that like
so
halfway
like
between like New York City and San Francisco?
no. It describes the color of the bean.
Oh, so it's a race thing.
So so like if you think of I'm just gonna let that one go right there. If you think of like a really oily like French roast,
Mm-hmm.
that would be like full city plus usually
Okay.
is how a lot of places would describe that. So
Okay.
half city. I mean, I'm sitting here and describing it. I don't know how well the camera's gonna pick it up, but I have beans here.
We've got the
Half
beans. This is
city
the
is
beans
gonna be
cast.
a little more like a dull, lighter brown. I don't know how well. It's not gonna show. I don't even know why I'm doing this. You're not
It is a
gonna.
bean though. I
It's a
can
bean.
confirm for
It's a bean.
viewers.
Confirm that it's bean. It's delicious. This has notes of cola, cherry, and sarsaparilla. So
That sounds fanciful.
it is fanciful, and it's local, and it's delicious, and I'm almost out, and that's sad.
That is sad.
That always is sad. What are you drinking?
Well, Alec, I'm glad you asked. I have quite a few beverages today. I have been
A
helping my
few.
very I've been helping my very real girlfriend who definitely exists. You just don't know her. She goes to a different school, but she definitely exists. I've been helping her all day at a vending event. So we've been working. So I got home and I made myself an iced coffee as well. But I don't have pour over means at the moment. So this is 6 shots of espresso,
Oh my God.
some ice, and some water. Cheers.
That is insane.
You're insane.
That
I
is,
also have this Rogue chocolate stout nitro.
okay.
So,
So you're just ready.
cocoa bean. Just saying, I'm kind of beaned out over here.
You did that. You went
I
there.
thought about, yeah, I
Um,
thought about that. I wrote that. I wrote that down. What's up?
you had a note. You had a note and everything. Make
Shut
sure
up. Shut
it
up.
is super awesome. Underlined it like 3 times.
I mean, I
Totally
highlight.
rad.
I put the orange highlight on it.
Okay, got it. Got it. Highlights. Um, hmm
So that's what I'm
So
drinking.
you're
That's what
you're
I'm
drinking
drinking.
like 400 milligrams of caffeine just in that Americano alone. Uh, scared
I
for
don't.
you.
I just like it sounds to me like you're being judgmental, and
That's that's what I was going for. Sounds
that's
correct.
that's kind of fucked up. That's kind of fucked up. I thought this was a judgment free when it came to beans and bean preference.
Oh, absolutely not.
Hmm.
If you were to tell me that you liked French roast, this would be it, the final episode.
So Alec, what games have you been playing?
It's funny you should ask. Uh, the games I've been playing, I'm gonna cheat and just go to my Switch here. Um, I played some Yu-Gi-Oh this past week on the Switch, some
How did
Legacy
that
of the
go?
Duelist. Uh, I am awesome, and the CPU sucks.
Is
That's
trash.
all.
I could have
Yeah,
told
it's
you
trash.
that.
Um, I am a stereotype, so I build a Harpy deck because that's what all the gay kid Yu-Gi-Oh players we're all about. We're the Harpy Lady Sisters.
That's hilarious.
Uh, so that, and then I played a little bit of Fire Emblem Three Houses because as much as I don't really want to play another Musou game, those trailers are making me want to play Fire Emblem Three Hopes, and I'm mad about it. I'm mad
Are you
about it.
still playing through Project Triangle Strategy?
I took a pause before my third playthrough, but it's gonna happen. I haven't played to the perfect ending yet. I've
The
only
perfect
played
ending.
to two of the regular endings. There's multiple endings.
Hmm.
You can't get the perfect ending on your first playthrough. It's impossible. But when you New Game Plus, it unlocks other mechanics that allow you to see the different paths. And yeah,
I'm
there's
so
one
mad right
ending that I'm
now.
never gonna play.
I hate that so much. I hate everything that you just said so much.
You hate the fact that you have to play the game
Hmm.
multiple times to get the true ending.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I mean, I can understand that. I'm okay with it. I'm good. Uh, but yeah, so I'm taking a break between playthrough number 2 and playthrough number 3.
That's fair.
And I feel like I have plenty of time because you know, May is kind of light.
Leading into our next subject.
Well, we didn't talk about what you were. I segued without asking what you were playing.
It was such a
I'm
good
sorry.
segue, though. I almost just
It
want to. I
was
want
such a
to
good
just lean into
segue.
it. There's two questions in the chat, real quick, that are topical. So
Huh?
just real quick, Sardi wants to know, but how many playthroughs of Fire Emblem Three Houses have you done?
Also, only 2. Because I don't feel like the game's been out long enough that spoilers don't mean anything. Also, like it's Fire Emblem. Um, I don't really care to ally myself with the school, like the church, or Edelgard, because no to fascists.
No to fascists. All
So,
about it.
so I haven't done either of those playthroughs yet, but at some point I will make myself do those playthroughs because that's just who I am.
So how many playthroughs are you planning of doing of that game?
Technically, you need 4 to go every path. Maybe 5th if you play with the basement kids, but that's like a whole other story.
I
DLC
fucking
story.
hate this. I hate this so fucking much. I hate it so much.
I mean,
And then
sorry, you
youth in
can't say
chat was
Edelgard did nothing wrong. Edelgard
oh
is
my
a
god.
fascist. Clearly, she's doing something wrong.
That yeah, just to be clear, sorry, we're anti-fascism in this community. I am gonna load up a room real quick, Alec, just as an FYI,
Okay.
and we're gonna do our
Oh
super
yeah.
secret code.
Super secret code.
And of course, if anyone in chat wants to join, we will be welcoming anyone to join up. But youth in chat also was asking to confirm that I am having 6 shots of espresso. That is correct. It is
Hmm.
6 shots of espresso, but it's only 6:45 my time. So like, who cares? You know, this is early.
Yeah, that's totally early.
And in terms of games I'm playing, I'm gonna be totally honest with you. It's not many. I'm not
Hmm.
playing a lot of games. I am mostly in my free time when I have the time playing Pokemon to try to catch some shinies. Just very passively, I guess. I haven't really been like sitting down gaming much. Even Switch Sports, I haven't been doing much recently.
Well, that's standing up gaming.
That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true.
I just
That is standing up
really went for
gaming.
that low hanging fruit there.
Yeah, that's a joke that I would make. So I have to allow it.
Thank you.
But as previously mentioned, you had a perfect segue.
Hmm.
Being that May is kind of a light month for video gaming here. There's really not much going on. There was the just recently the indie direct that came out. Do you have any hard thoughts on the indie direct?
Boring. Didn't care about anything.
Didn't care about it at all.
Didn't care about anything. I think like Ooblets was in it, which I either zoned out or logged off of it before it happened. And like
Hmm.
that was Ooblets, whatever the heck the game is.
I yeah, that I don't know.
You raise little animal slash vegetable fruit hybrid things, and you can
Oh. The
So
Tamagotchi.
yeah.
Yeah, dude, I used to love Tamagotchis. Why didn't you just say that?
Hmm. I don't know that I would really call, I mean, maybe. Uh, but that maybe, but you can get that everywhere else already. So if I haven't played it yet, I mean, it is the Switch, which typically is like, oh, I'll play this thing that's been out for a year and a half, but now because it's on my Switch.
Speaking of, and this isn't in the notes, so I apologize. I'm going to go off
Oh my God.
the rails
Oh
here.
no. You're
Speaking of,
deviating.
though, yeah, Fall Guys is finally coming to the Switch, right?
Is it?
I guess like Fall Guys is. I saw some discourse on Twitter. Fall Guys is finally coming to the Switch. People were very excited about that. I didn't know people were still playing Fall Guys.
I I never did. Um, because that's just not an Alec thing.
Yeah, it
Um,
wasn't a game that interested me.
at all.
Oh,
Uh,
quick correction. Sardi in the chat says highly likely not official yet.
oh,
So maybe that's what I saw is that there is an announcement coming, but it is unclear what the announcement is as of now.
got it. Okay.
Got it. Fair.
I feel educated now.
I feel
This is not
educated now.
information that I care about. I'm sure somebody will stream it when it actually happens. And I'll be
I
like,
just
oh,
can't.
look, there's that game that I didn't care about the first time.
Well, that's the thing. I can't imagine there's going to be a new segment of people rushing to play Fall Guys on the Switch. Maybe there is, and I'm
I don't
just
think there's going to
wrong.
be, I don't think there's going to be new segment. I think it'll most likely just be the same people that were playing it before.
Where do we want to go here? To the right?
Literally nothing seems useful.
Nothing. Okay, we're going to the left apparently.
I mashed.
Fair.
We could test the theory that if nothing seems useful, the scientist has useful stuff.
Oh, so we tested that already?
Hmm.
It does not work that way.
Okay.
Okay.
I like Tyrantrum.
This is because you like throwing tantrums,
No,
but wordplay.
but
Fine, whatever.
I mean, it's fine. It was clever.
Whatever, dude. L joke. I get it. I get it. I tried my best.
Did you? Because that's sad.
So just quick shout outs. We thank you to our supporters, Youth Hurt, Watch Redirect for the subscriptions. Really appreciate that. You guys are great. We appreciate
Thank you
all the
for
support from everybody.
giving us something else to talk about. Thank you.
Yep,
That's
I
great.
appreciate that ability to swiftly switch subjects. Why was that a tongue
Hmm.
twister?
Yeah. Switchly Swift. Got it.
Damn. Switch swap. Good old switch swap.
Little switcheroo.
Speaking
So
of
are we ready?
switching, what? Ready to switch subjects?
Mhm.
I
So
did the
good.
thing.
It's so good.
I did the thing.
You might be good at this yet.
So there's a couple very topical things that Alec and I decided we're not really super gonna get into today.
Hmm.
There was something that happened today that very quickly to address in the most direct way possible without having all the information. As you said, it's ongoing.
Hmm.
Just feel absolutely terrible for everybody involved in what's happening in Buffalo. And the unfortunate continuation of mass shootings that happen in this country with no change. It's very upsetting.
Yeah. Just think about those families. Gotta be rough right now.
Yep.
But it didn't feel right to talk about when it is still an active situation.
Yep.
So
Yep. Thoughts and prayers in the most serious context and unironically. What we had planned to talk about today is more batshit crazy things happening.
insane.
Just absolute insanity happening in our political climate. If people are not aware, there is I don't even know what to call it. A hit job, I think, is maybe the maybe the word.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, clearly, uh, clearly most Republicans in office and in
Participate
the
in sex
RNC,
orgies and cocaine.
yeah, it's so
Which is
like
terrible.
so wild. So yeah, Madison Cawthorn is very, very, very intensely getting primaried right now. If you're not aware,
Unsuccessfully, it seems, too, by the way.
really, really,
His numbers are still very high, it seems.
what the hell, North Carolina?
And
I mean,
he is a representative. He's a U.S. representative. He's not like a senator.
yeah. Um, so if you don't know, when someone is getting primaried, what that means is their political party is running someone else against them. Usually, it's like the party has say in that. So in the primary before the election even starts. So the RNC is trying to get rid of Madison Cawthorn.
And
So
they
there's
are
a
trying to
very
get rid of Madison Cawthorn
by
because,
saying he's a big gay.
well, okay, yeah. I mean, I wasn't trying to lead you.
Uh
No, the why. The why
well, the why is because he's
is
freaking idiotic and insane.
Well, the why is because on a radio interview, he unabashedly came out and unprompted said that it is hard for him to look at these politicians that he once, really looked up to, that are now asking him to participate in sex parties and do cocaine. He said that unprompted. He just put that into the universe that all these old ass Republicans are having orgies. And I just quick clarification: people saying I'm shaming orgies, I'm certainly not. But to what AJ said, Republicans are not allowed to have sex. Those are the rules.
Yeah,
I don't make the
how
rules.
how dare he try to make Republicans sound cool?
Yeah, I don't make those fucking rules. Cocaine and orgies, nah, they don't get that. That's not for them.
No.
But so that's the why, and then Alec, to your point, the how they're trying to primary him.
Yeah, yeah. They released videos of him, uh, basically more like what it looks like playing gay chicken with another man,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to like actually being gay. But who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, did you read like all of this? Like apparently there's like Venmo receipts between the two of them where the
Yes.
notes are like for showing me your naked body in
Uh huh.
Amsterdam.
And again,
Yeah.
stop trying to make Republicans sound cool. you know, that's some shit I would put on a Venmo receipt. You know.
So yeah, so like all these right-wing organizations are like, see, he's a gay.
He's a gay.
He's a
Cancel him.
gay.
Cancel this man.
Cancel
He's
him.
a
He can't be
gay.
a Republican because he's a gay. Uh, and then he's like, no, this is just a joke between me and my friend, who happens to be his cousin, by the
I
way.
was gonna say you say friend, but that's friend the same way
Listen,
Rudy Giuliani means friend, right?
I mean, third cousin once removed is like you make friends with someone and then someone tells you in your family, oh, don't you know
Oh,
we're related to him?
isn't that actually an episode of 30 Rock?
That's legitimately something that happened to me in my life with one of my friends.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
When I was
Oh
in
my-
8th grade, I had a friend come spend the night, and my mom was like, "What's your last name?" And he said his last name, and she looks at both of us, and she's like, "You guys are cousins." And
You
then
guys
left
didn't
the
even know.
room. Like, all right, that's cool.
That's so funny. So Alec, you have this whole other family to know about. Sorry.
Well, I Portuguese, and I lived in the Central Valley of California. You just assume that everyone else who's Portuguese is related to you.
That's fair.
That's how you're safe. That's how you're safe, and you don't date a cousin. Which apparently Madison Cawthorn also needs that life advice.
Well,
Don't
but
date
no,
your
because
cousins.
that's you know. I know you're making a joke, but like obviously, it seemed to everyone that is an unbiased party, i.e., somebody who's not trying to get this man canceled for being gay, that he was not participating in anything gay, more college frat, really almost hazing type behavior.
Yeah, isn't it
which is
so
a
funny
good
that we're pretending to be gay?
exactly, which in and of itself is enough of an actual reason to hate this man.
Yes.
You don't
Yes, it
have
is.
to make up fake shit.
No, no. But it is much worse the Republicans if he is a
Is
gay.
actually he's actually well, and the photos came out of him dressed as a woman. Partially, he was wearing women's clothing, and that is, of course, also just a terrible thing.
How dare he?
How dare
He
he?
want to do
How
that?
dare he? How dare he?
Uh, yeah, it's wild. It's insane. I am actually truly surprised that currently he is still ahead in the polls.
Yeah, I last time I looked it
Wild.
up, he was actually winning by like a decent margin too.
That's insane. It just
Yeah.
goes to show that the Republicans who pay attention, I mean, it's a primary. The people who pay attention to primaries are always the like insane, I care so much about my party people.
Hmm.
Um, I struggle to care about primaries.
It's tough, even though
It's
primaries
tough.
are very important.
Primaries are extremely important. Look up the primaries in your area, vote in them.
Yep, arguably more important than the general.
Yes.
I mean, it's not, but it plays such a major
Well,
role in the general. You know,
like more likely than not,
someone's got to
your
take
area
this.
um,
I'll take it.
leans one way or the other.
Hmm.
And so the way that your voice can best be heard is to participate in the primary.
Hmm.
Like, there's always the argument of like, if you live somewhere that's always going to be Republican and you are a Democrat, it may be better to register as a Republican so you can vote in the primaries.
That's
Because
true.
some states don't let you vote in the primary if you are not a member of that party.
I thought that was most states.
I know California, I think you can vote in the Democratic primary no matter what. Or like you have to be registered as a Democrat or an independent.
I do not see who is running against him, but last I heard, which was like admittedly at least a week ago, he was still winning. But do you remember who's running against him?
I do not. I didn't.
It's a no. It's a
Um,
relative nobody, right?
it's one of those things where like I don't feel like I need to be that informed about
A state you can't even vote in.
in North
Right.
Carolina.
Right.
And the only reason I am informed is because it is a shit show.
Absolutely.
Like the only reason I know what's going on is because it's absolutely mental.
Yeah. Mental growth.
Madison Cawthorn is a horrible person for many, many reasons.
The man who
And
tried to
should
smuggle
not be
a loaded gun onto an airplane a week ago.
twice.
Oh,
He's done this
for a
twice.
second
This was
time.
number 2.
Oh, but he's gay. Oh, that's a wait. Ah, there's so many reasons to hate this guy.
There's so many reasons to hate this man.
Real reasons too, not made up ones.
Yeah, there's real reasons, not just the ones that the Republicans are trying to make a thing.
I got to call out. AJ has just a beautiful take on this. He says this is clearly a campaign to make up for Ben Shapiro revealing Republicans have never had sex before. That's true. Ben self-reported. That was a self-report.
He did. He did say that women getting aroused is a medical condition that they should seek help for.
And his doctor wife knows. Told him that.
Yeah,
I feel bad. You have to worry about what's going on there because that can't be healthy.
I mean, it's clearly not enjoyable, and I hope they have lube.
Oh my god! I just, hey man, I just want everybody to be happy. Actually, that's not true. I don't want Ben Shapiro to be happy. I don't want Ben Shapiro to be happy.
I don't want Ben Shapiro to be happy. I want Ben Shapiro to wake up every day with a new paper cut in between his fingers.
Devious. Can it be though? Can it be one of those like manila envelopes?
Yeah,
It's a
absolutely.
thick one. Yeah.
Like it could be like a cardboard cut. Like I don't care. Just right
devious. Ooh, everybody
day,
felt
a new
that.
one.
Everybody felt that.
All right, let's move on from.
Okay, you ready to move on?
Unfortunately, we have another conservatives are stupid coming up later. But I think a funnier one.
You want to?
Uh,
You pick the next topic.
we're gonna let's talk about the Pokemon.
Oh, Pokemon, go on. What about it? I love
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Did you know that your favorite game and one of the worst Pokemon games to exist in like the last 10 years are both going to be able to deposit Pokemon in Pokemon Home?
Oh my god! Tell me
Oh my
more.
goodness. Okay, so I was actually kind of surprised by this that
Mhm.
they will both have access to deposit and withdraw Pokemon. I expected
Oh,
Legends to only be able
to deposit.
to deposit and maybe withdraw Pokemon that originally came from Legends.
Hmm.
But it can, as long as it's in the legend, like in the game, that Pikachu or whatever can be from, Pokemon Sword.
So you can get a non Hisui version of a Pokemon
Yes,
and take
you can
it
get one.
to Arceus, like a regular Growlithe.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Oh.
That I don't know. If it's in the Dex, and so I don't know
Hmm.
if like regular Growlithe is in the
I don't think
Hisuian
it
Dex.
is. So what if
Maybe
so?
it's
But
programmed in the game.
could you take a Hisuian Growlithe out of Arceus into Sword and Shield and get a regular Arcanine?
I highly doubt that because the Pokemon's not in the game. Because one of the things we know
Oh, that's true.
is
Arcanine. You're right. Growlithe's not in Sword and Shield.
Growlithe
Oh,
is in the game,
cringe Pokemon.
but
Wait,
not
in
that
Sword
version.
and Shield?
Yeah, he's specifically in Shield, the
Is
game
he?
you have. Yeah,
Hey man, I powerhoused through the freaking decks. It was not an enjoyable
Powerhouse through it?
experience. Yeah.
Okay.
I've
Um,
been mind controlled by Bob, dude. I use words that I shouldn't use because of that man. It's terrible.
okay. I mean, subject for another day.
Yeah.
Unfortunate for you.
Yeah.
Uh,
Agreed.
but so like how obviously Legends Arceus doesn't have Pokeballs, it has the like acorn
Right.
balls.
Yeah.
So in Legends Arceus there is a ball programmed in that we haven't had access to yet
Mm-hmm.
called the Strange Ball.
Mm-hmm. I've heard about
And
this.
so if you take a Pokemon who was caught in a different game into Legends Arceus,
Right.
it
It's in a
shows up in
strange
a
ball.
Strange Ball.
Mm-hmm.
And vice versa in Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. If you take a Pokemon who was caught in one of the Acorn Balls in Legends and put it in Brilliant, whatever, BDSP,
Yeah.
um, mhm, it'll show up in a Strange Ball. And
Okay.
then in Sword and Shield, they're just Pokeballs because the Strange Ball's not programmed into that game.
Because it doesn't need to be because Pokeballs are universal there. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, because it was made before
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Legends Arceus.
But I thought somebody was saying like if you take one of the starters and you
Mhm.
put it into home from Arceus, that they assumed this meant you could take it into a different game where that Pokemon exists in the non-Hisui form and then have a regular version.
Well, yeah, because they start out for their first two stages as the same as they've always been. Growlithe is Hisuian from the get. Like Growlithe is a Hisuian Growlithe as well.
But if you take him into a different game,
I
is what I'm
assume he
saying.
can't go into a different game.
I see. I don't know about that though.
I would.
I mean,
assume
we'll
he's
see how
gonna
it
be
goes.
locked out.
I
Yeah.
think that they're going to lock out alphas. I don't think they're going to lock out forms.
So
Or they're just going
one
to
of the
strip
things
alphas.
I think we know, or it's a rumor leak, but I'm pretty sure all of the information is still cataloged for all these Pokemon. So it's still going to know that it's an alpha because there are achievements on your phone, on the phone version of Home,
Okay.
for how many alphas you have.
Okay. So nerds have already hacked
So-
this shit. Got it. Got it.
Yeah. So it's still going to keep that information. Obviously, it's not going to show up in any of the other games because the other games don't have that value. But it could show up in Violet.
I
Scarlet
can't believe we
Violet.
beat this Pokemon. That would be interesting. Although I don't love the idea of alphas in general. So
I mean, I think it's funny. I get it. I get where you stand on this. I just think big Pokemon is funny,
it's you're not
especially
wrong.
when it's a small Pokemon.
But
like,
then it
Big
yeah.
Bidoof is hilarious.
But yeah, sure. It just doesn't mean anything though.
I don't need things to mean things.
Okay.
I just
That's
need
fine.
them to bring me joy.
That's fine. That's fine. So that's a Marie Kondo strat. Does it bring you joy?
Does this bring me joy?
All right, let's see. We got
no
shinies.
shinies. That's disappointing because there's a lot of Pokemon in here that have good shinies that we like. Tyrantrum, great shiny. Dracula, great shiny.
I would take a Dracloak shiny for sure. No shinies.
Tyrantrum, I think, is blue instead of the like reddish color.
I'd take that.
And blue shiny is always.
It's a good shiny. It's usually good.
It's always good. AJ is asking when is coffee is soup topic coming.
You want to get into it now?
Questions, but we could do it now.
You want to get into it now?
Let's get into it now because
I have,
unsurprisingly. So
I think we might agree here.
Okay.
So question is from Eric in chat. Basically wants to know, is coffee a soup? Your rebuttal.
Yes. But
okay.
Specifically in certain circumstances.
Go on.
Espresso is not soup.
Because
it is pushed through the beans. The only coffee methods that I would determine soup are full immersion brew. So
cold brew,
like French press, cold brew, those I would consider soups, and I would consider them specifically broths. And a broth is a soup.
Broth? Oh, that's a whole other question.
Broth is a soup.
That's a whole other question. Broth is a soup base. I don't think broth is a soup.
No.
Broth is a soup base.
No, broth is soup hardcore.
That's crazy.
But there is, to take this even a step further, Swedish coffee. Swedish coffee is you put water, coffee grounds, and an egg white in a pot on the stove, and you cook it. And that is straight up how you make consomme. You make consomme by putting a really intense broth or stock in a pot, some aromatics, and egg white to create a raft that pulls all of the solids out and leaves you with just this good clear broth, and that's consomme. And that is soup. Coffee is soup, but only specific kinds of coffee.
You might have just you might have convinced me. I was fully on board with all coffee being soup, but I'm trying to think through the espresso argument here.
A pour over is not soup. Any method of coffee where the water gets pushed through the grounds but all the water does not interact with all of the grounds all at the same time, not soup. I love these kind of questions, by the way.
But like if you boil,
love them.
Yeah, I guess that's tough. I'm hung up too on broth being soup because then what is soup? You know what I'm saying? Soup. It's just broth.
Soup is a very loose definition. That's why so many things can be considered soup. Like Enda put in chat, is milkshake a soup? I would argue that it's not, specifically because a milkshake is a beverage and soup is not a beverage.
You can drink soup.
You can drink soup, but it's not a beverage. We don't consider soup a beverage.
But coffee's a beverage.
Mm-hmm.
So how can coffee be a soup then? If a milkshake's not a soup because it's a beverage.
Do not bring up my own point that I just shot down, okay? Don't quote me to me.
How dare you quote me to me? I just okay. Huh. I'm honestly, I'm having a harder time with the broth versus soup distinction now because coffee to me, soup. Coffee is soup. Coffee, you had me on coffee being soup. You've now talked me into certain coffees being soups. I can agree with you on that. But then what the fuck is soup? If broth is soup.
Did you never try? I have a room going and you're just like sitting there.
Oops. Let me do it. Let me
That's
join.
fine.
Let me join.
Sometimes you forget. It expired.
Okay, I'm gonna start another one. I'm
I
gonna
also
start another
got very involved. I mean, soup is so loosely defined. Like, so when I was Starbucks store manager, one of the ways to get my baristas to talk to people,
I just opened a room.
It's obnoxious to sit at the window the entire time, and talk to people, is I'd give them questions to ask like this. Like, and the one that broke everyone is cereal a soup?
Is it?
No.
But if cold brew is, how is cereal not?
Here's why cereal is not a soup. Cereal is not a soup because you cannot eat all of the components of soup, like a component of soup separately, and it still be soup. But you can eat the dry bit, the part we call cereal, and it's still cereal without the milk.
That's categorically false, though.
How is that false?
What's in a chicken noodle soup?
Chicken and noodles, but is it?
You can eat all of those separately.
Yeah, but do you call it soup when it's not soup?
What?
So, like, if you eat chicken and noodles, but it's not suspended in broth, you don't call it soup. But if you eat a handful of Golden Grams or Lucky Charms, it's still cereal.
What the fuck? This is the most convoluted ass argument.
It was the only one that someone came up with, because I was the person who kept being like, nah, that's still a soup because of this type of soup, because of this type of soup. With cereal, is cereal a soup? And that was the first one that someone brought to me, and I was like, nope, that's a point. That's a point.
I don't think that's a point. I think cereal is soup. I think cereal is dead ass soup. I think that it's the same argument you have for the cold brew.
But you don't consider, so you don't categorize it as cereal when it's just dry?
I'm not a heathen. I don't just be eating dry cereal.
First of all, dry cereal is a great snack.
You know, maybe it is.
Great
I'm old.
snack.
I'm old. I don't fuck with cereal like that because it's like I'm not allowed to eat the good cereal anymore.
I mean, the only person stopping you is you.
My body is stopping me from eating the good cereal, I assure you.
I mean,
I think cereal is soup. We agree that coffee is soup, though.
Full immersion coffee is soup.
Full immersion coffee. I will always forget to say that part, but know that I agree with you.
I'm iffy on cold brew.
That's literally full immersion, though.
Yeah, I was thinking about heat, but there are soups that don't require heat, so.
Gazpacho, Gestapo, too. Is that something else?
Yep.
That might be something else.
A little
bit. Okay. So, in summation, coffee, definitely soup.
Coffee is a soup, but only certain kinds of coffee.
Yeah, those other fucking words. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go into another question? I think actually we missed this one from last week, so I think we should do this one next.
And I think it ties back to your complaint about cereal.
Oh, that's fucking true. So Sarity asks, I'm supposed to be going through or start my midlife crisis soon, and I have zero ideas. Thoughts? Gas. Sarity, you know what that means? That means gear acquisition syndrome. Buy all the things. Spend it all. You can't take it with you. Spend the money, baby. Fuck college. Yeah. Your kids don't need college. Fuck that shit. The world might not even exist, bro.
I was gonna say, college degrees are already useless.
That's true.
Like, already.
Plus, if the government just, forgives the debt, then like that devalues college degrees for people that had to pay for them anyways. Because suffering is important and it's a shared experience. So, damn, I came full circle on that.
My pain must be everyone else's pain.
Because the thing hurt me, and it should hurt you as well.
Mhm. Uh, I don't remember the question. Oh, yeah. What
Midlife crisis.
thoughts for midlife crises?
Mm-hmm.
Crises.
Crises.
Um, my one advice is not to have a relationship with a significantly younger individual to feel young, because that's just asking for trouble.
Yeah, I think Sardi's married.
Extra trouble there.
That's even worse than.
It's even worse then.
Yo, so in summation, do not divorce your wife and get with a younger individual. Good advice.
Yeah.
Good advice. Good advice. Good advice. Good advice. Good advice.
They won't understand the ways that you are old. They'll be like, let's go on a 3-day hike, and you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. An hour is pushing it.
Yeah, facts. How are you gonna define hikes in days? That's crazy.
I mean, I at one point in my life did.
No, I hate you so
Called
much.
backpacking.
I hate you so much.
Clearly, I don't do it anymore.
Clearly.
I am not in backpacking shape.
Oh, that's hilarious. I think that's good advice. I think it's solid advice.
That's our very solid advice. Buy everything. Don't take up with a significantly younger individual, especially when you are currently in a stable relationship with children. This is bad. It's bad news bears.
Yeah, I mean, I think that you could actually probably break down the advice you gave him into like several different pieces of advice that all could be useful, but certainly when put together into one cohesive idea, for him especially, exponentially useful. Good job. Good job. Good job. Problem solvers.
We did it.
We did it.
I want to take a slight break from questions.
Okay.
To bring up something stupid.
This thing has aerial ace, and somebody should take it.
Okay.
We're doing a fighting Pokemon.
I remembered.
I'm proud of you.
Same. I'm also proud of me. So shortly, just a few hours before the Beanscast started, Fox News tweeted out an opinion piece.
Oh, God.
Star Trek writers take Starship Enterprise where it's never gone before. Woke politics. This is like number one thing you could say of like, tell me you've never watched an episode of any Star Trek without telling me you've never watched an episode of any Star Trek.
So like, hard.
Political from day one.
The original series. I mean, honestly, rightfully made fun of at times for being too on the nose with like the episode where it's my right half is black and my left half is white and his left half is black and his right half is white and we can't get along because of that. Quite literally that on the nose. That level of on the noseness.
And then just like the basic of showing Uhura and she's not a maid.
I mean, so there's a famous story about Uhura turning down the role and literally MLK Jr. calling her to be like, you have to take this role because there are no black people portrayed in the future. This is a big deal for us. And her being like, okay, and taking the role.
Like, not only do you exist, but she existed in a capacity that was not...
She was on the bridge. She was a bridge crew.
Yeah.
She was an important member of the crew. She was the communications officer. Very important. Yes. So that narrative, it's like they're getting worse at building straw men because they're out of straw men. Trying to go after Star Trek in general is insane because this is a show that is very self-aware in terms of who it's trying to appeal to. And it's not the Fox News crowd. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, it always reflects the current the current social dynamic. Always.
Quite literally. Like, in the newest...
To the point...
Go ahead.
I was going to say, to the point where Discovery has made a
The
lot of
newest season,
fans
right?
unhappy because I haven't watched the newest season. I just
Okay.
mean like season 1. So
Okay.
initial Discovery was very bleak for Star Trek, but
Right.
that's because it was reflecting the world that we were living in. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's just what it always does, guys. It always reflects the world that we're living in, and we're living in a very like aggressive, war-heavy society. So that's what they're
That's what they're pulling
tackling
from. That's the
at the
reality.
beginning of this, and you're just used to your more optimistic Star Trek, and I
Yep.
get that.
Well, in the newest season, like, I'm not gonna go into super spoilers or anything, but like, of course, time travel because it just
Hmm.
exists. And oh, sorry, this wasn't even Discovery. This was Picard, which is running
Okay.
concurrently to Discovery. But they go
Yes.
back and they're in the year 2024, and they're unironically dealing with very real issues. Like ICE exists in this universe and are not portrayed as the good guys, believe it or not, because too woke, too woke.
Yeah. Oh, oh, Fox News, hilarious.
It's
You're just
terrible.
full of stupidity.
They're
It would be
doing
funny if
more.
it wasn't so real.
Right, they're doing more to hurt this country than I mean anything I can really think of. Like Fox News is actively doing more harm to this country than like I I don't know what to even compare it to.
Yeah, there's not much.
You could be like big business, and it's like, okay, sure. Oil
Yeah,
companies, yeah, but it's
ExxonMobil,
different. Yeah,
they
but it's
suck.
different still.
Hmm. Hmm. They're killing the planet,
Right?
not
Not
starting it.
good. Not good.
Hmm.
Different though.
Whereas Fox News is killing the planet in a different way.
By looking for civil war.
Hmm. Inciting violence,
Hmm. Hmm.
which is, you know. All right, we should stop talking about Fox News. I'm gonna start spiraling.
It's tough not to. It's tough not to. But point taken.
But
Star Trek has always been a very quote unquote woke show. And this is
yes,
certainly not them appealing to anyone that they weren't trying to appeal to before.
if you don't care about the people around you, don't watch Star Trek.
Pretty simple. It's pretty
Pretty
straightforward.
simple.
Holy shit, Marshtomp is getting fucked up.
I
This does
mean,
lead into another question that we have from Sardi quite nicely.
mhm.
General question. Thoughts on Star Wars?
uh, I really enjoyed the original trilogy. I liked Episode 8.
Why would you enjoy the original trilogy? It's terrible.
The original trilogy,
Yeah.
like like Mark
4,
Hamill,
5, and 6? Yeah. Oh, God.
yeah,
You said it. You said it. You said it, not me, dude. You said it, not
because
me.
Mark
You said the
Hamill's
name.
great.
At what?
Why?
At
Because
what?
Mark Hamill
At
is great
what? At what?
acting.
That's bullshit. That's
We're
fucking
gonna
bullshit.
we're gonna continue to disagree about this. We're gonna keep going here.
Excuse
Original
me,
trilogy.
Alec, could you tell me another thing Mark Hamill has starred in on film that wasn't merely a voice role?
Are we saying
Is that
that?
a no?
Are we saying that an actor's worth is only based on what they have appeared in?
You're so now you're assigning worth and his job, which is very capitalist mentality. That's kind of gross. Not gonna lie.
I think that you are.
That's pretty fucking gross. I'm just saying that this man is not a good actor, and we all
I
need to accept that. We all
I
need to
think that's
accept
not.
that.
I think that's not what the question was about. The
We
question was
honestly do.
about
We
our
all need to accept that.
feelings on Star
Uh,
Wars.
Dog shit series. Mark Hamill's a
Four,
terrible
five,
actor.
six, 4, 5, and 6 are good. They're good for a few reasons. The
Okay. Mm-hmm.
quality of the actors delivering the subpar script, the fact that it is uh sci fantasy and it knows that, and the fact that George Lucas's wife was editing them and making them coherent and good. George Lucas divorced his wife, made the prequel trilogy by himself,
Fair.
directed them. Man's not a great director. Natalie Portman seems like a bad actress
which is crazy.
In 1, 2, and 3. And Natalie Portman
Is a good
is a
actress.
phenomenal actress.
Legitimately a good actress.
Like, phenomenal. And she looks like a bad actress. The only person who gets out of those movies unscathed is Ewan McGregor. Like,
That's
some
fair.
kind of magic protected him.
No, who's the dude? Liam Neeson. He came out okay after the first, but he died in the first one. Oh, spoilers.
Yeah. Spoilers for like a 20-year-old movie.
I'm about to get canceled in the chat. I know it.
And then I've never been able to like fully get into any of the animated stuff to care that much about any of it. Episode 7 was there. It was good for what it was trying to do, which was just reignite hype, bring people back to the theaters to see Star Wars.
Sure.
Episode 8 is great because it challenges all of your preconceived notions about Star Wars, throws them out the fucking window, starts to set up a really great narrative, puts forth the idea that who you are, like biologically, does not matter, that anyone can step up and be a hero. And then episode 9 was like, oh, fuck that, she's Palpatine, that's why she's so powerful. Spoilers for Star Wars Episode 9. Biggest
spoilers
is that it's a piece of trash. Garbage.
That's the biggest spoiler. Don't watch it. That's the primary spoiler.
I almost walked out of the theater.
No shinies. Cringe. Just a quick point out. Have to call this out. It's important. Inda in chat correctly points out famous racist Liam Neeson. Facts. That's a fact. That's an inarguable fact. So it's important to call out.
That I knew.
You didn't know that?
But I trust Inda.
He literally talked about wanting to go around and find a black person to beat up because one of his friends was the victim of sexual assault from a person of color. And so he said he started carrying a weapon around just to like find a black person to beat up. Cool guy. Very cool guy.
Wow.
Yeah. Famously terrible. So important call out. Very important call out.
Wow.
Like actual piece of shit.
And to think he was married to like such a great human being. Who, hit her head on the pavement and died.
Star Wars. You're spoiling episode 9. Episode 9. Mm-hmm.
Episode 9. Complete garbage. Redeems the fascist shitbag that is Ben Solo, Kylo Ren, which episode 8 pretty clearly is like, this kid's irredeemable. It was just so much good about episode 8, and then episode 9 was like, nah, fuck all that.
Mm-hmm.
Only comfort food. Like, that was the thing. It was like, oh, sorry that we tried to expand this narrative and make something new. We'll go back to just something we've done before.
Well, see, and this, not to interject here, but that kind of leads me to how I feel about Star Wars overall, is that I thought when I was a kid with a very limited scope of like movies, Star Wars was great. But then as soon as I like saw other movies, I was like, oh, it's like the same fucking, this is not interesting or entertaining. It's like the same thing kind of over and over again. And then when I saw 1, 2, and 3, I just was like, I'm too old to be watching these movies. These are made for a younger audience than me. That's how I felt as like a teenager. So it blows my mind when grown-ass adults are raging over these films, like being like not what they want out of a movie. And I'm like, I don't think that the movie's for you.
I would say that part of the problem with Star Wars post the original trilogy is that they're trying to be made as movies for everybody. Which is very hard to do. It's very hard to do well.
It's impossible to do well.
even the monolith that is the Marvel Cinematic Universe struggles.
Not for every. I mean, there's plenty. I hated Marvel until Eva convinced
So
me
you were
to.
forced to watch it.
Yeah, she basically was like, okay, forget about what the movies you've seen, watch Ragnarok. And I was like, all right. And then I was like, okay, this is a good fucking movie. Yeah, it was a great call.
That was a great call.
Yeah, she's really smart. She's really cool. She's very real too.
Goes to a different school.
It's important I remind you guys that she does indeed exist.
Doesn't
Getting a lot of flack about her existing recently, and can confirm she does exist.
I can't, but I believe
fucked up.
my good friend.
She made me this. Live long and prosper. See, and then it's got the nebulas and the NCC Enterprise. Yay! And it glows in the dark.
You're such a nerd.
You're a fucking nerd.
I mean, it's true, but
yeah, I too am a nerd. Okay, it's almost like that's why we're friends. Damn.
I mean, who would have thought?
Damn, Eric said you won't live long and prosper after those 6 shots. That's crazy.
I mean, who wants to though? Like, what were we talking? We're still talking about Star Wars. Are we still talking about Star Wars? Are we done with Star Wars?
I don't have much of an opinion other than I stopped watching after. So I saw 4, 5, 6. I saw 1, 2, 3. And I just was not interested in watching any of the other movies. I thought that I don't know, I just kind of, it fell off for me. And I think that maybe it's because I stopped watching after that, but I never saw them try to make the changes or take the risks that you kind of mentioned and then move away from those risks. I would have found that more enjoyable, certainly.
So, like, my feelings on Star Wars are like a micro version of my same feelings about Marvel movies. I think the best Marvel movies forget that they are a superhero film in that the film is written so, like,
to be enjoyable.
One of my favorites. So one of my favorite Marvel films, and this is not because I care so much about the character, but because
Cap. It's your favorite character
so well. Is Captain America 2 Winter Soldier.
Okay.
Because it is directed as just like a political thriller. And it just so happens that our main character is Captain America. Like, the movie very much is a genre film, and superhero is not the genre. It's the same way that Ant-Man works. Ant-Man is a heist film that stars a superhero. So, like, for the most part, I feel like these movies are more successful when they are other genres that work, and they just so happen to have superheroes in them.
And that's what I thought they were going to do. Go ahead.
Conversely, a really bad one is, like, this is not MCU, but X-Men 3.
I don't know if I saw X-Men
all
3.
about look at our superheroes. It's bad. It's a bad movie. I didn't mean to take this Pokemon from you. I'm sorry.
You dick. It's fine. We needed to. It's what is the final? We need ground, right? Yeah, it's steel. We need ground.
It's steel.
So that's good. Oh, that's good. Somebody took it. That's fine. Swablu or Altaria? Should we go for Altaria on the left?
Sure.
Because I think they usually have something. Usually a varied move set. Probably like a mystical fire or some shit. But so the Marvel thing, not trying to be a superhero movie. I was hoping that they would make like a buddy cop, whatever genre movie with Thor and Star-Lord.
See, if Star-Lord was played by a different actor, I would agree with you.
Oh, really? You just don't like him?
No. He also probably wouldn't like me.
So, is that because you try to find it and they've gotten so good at hiding this shit these days?
He just goes to
the church he belongs to.
Very, very anti-gay. like
I thought it was
outspoken.
Scientology at first, but it's clearly not. It's not
It's not.
Scientology.
No, no, no. It's just insane
It's just
Christianity.
super homophobic.
Yeah,
Piece of shit.
yeah,
Cool, cool, cool.
yeah. So, not a fan. Uh, really excited for the Mario movie.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Not at all.
And some more crispy rat.
That's
Um,
hilarious.
I still can't get over when the internet was dunking on him, and like it feels very much like all of the Marvel people's like social media people were like, you got to be nice to him now. The internet is being mean to him. You have to be nice. And they all made like these posts about how great Chris Pratt
He's
is.
so friendly and thoughtful.
It it's fine, guys. It's okay.
That's hilarious.
He cheated on his wife, and now he's married to someone else, and
Well, and like
he
Kate
doesn't
put
talk
in
about
chat.
his first kid.
Exactly, yeah. That post was very cringe about thanking my wife for this beautiful, strong, healthy baby or whatever
Yeah, because
after the first pregnancy with a different
his
woman. Like,
because his kid with Anna Faris has some health issues.
right.
And
I
so
don't,
being like, I thank my wife for healthy children is very shitty.
yeah. I don't know. It's tough. I mean, it's not tough to not be shitty. I guess it's maybe one of those things where it's just better to not just assume everybody sucks, you know? Like
Yeah.
definitely
Well, it's
don't
like
idolize somebody like that.
yeah, it's the whole death of the artist thing. Like, can you consume the art without supporting the individual
Right.
or
It's tough when they're alive,
advocating
I'll
for
be
where they
honest with you.
stand?
Because
It
like
is
when
very
J.K.
tough.
Rowling dies, if you want to digest Harry Potter in any capacity, she's no longer profiting. But right now if you want to, she profits every single time.
Yeah, I mean, my stance on that is like, rewatch the movies, reread the books. You've already spent the money on them. That's fine. Like, she can't change your interpretation or the first time you read it. Like, she doesn't have to affect that for you.
Hmm.
But please do not go see any of the Fantastic Beasts movies because she's directly making money off that shit.
That's true.
And
Or go to
apparently,
the
if the
theme
next one
parks.
doesn't do well, which did that already happen? I don't know.
Yes.
Um,
And it did not do well. People are dunking all over it.
nice. That means we don't get any more of them.
Well, and they had to write off Johnny Depp.
Well, that's a whole other. What
Oh yeah, I mean
in
we don't.
there.
That's man. Okay, I'm gonna make a comment that you can
Okay.
take however you want. You can apply it to whatever relationship you want. I think relationships are messy, and I
Mhm.
think it is unfortunate when things like this come into the public purview so forcefully.
Yes.
And then whatever else, whoever you want to apply that to, hey man, I bet I have an ex or two who would not have some positive things to say about me. So
Absolutely.
it just makes me unhappy when stuff like this is so public.
Yes. We shouldn't know this much about people.
Correct. And I don't want to know this much about people.
I also do not. Uh, yeah. So, to bring it back to a place of the initial question, Star Wars is meh.
Is very meh at best.
Is meh. Uh,
What?
oh, Kate brought up in chat. Kate brought up Joss Whedon.
Oh
And
God.
I don't know if you can see behind me the box set of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I that was like my personality at one point in my life. I still a little bit, like, you could say, I can't do it as much anymore because time, and I don't care as much. I used to be able to say a season number and an episode number, and I could tell you the title of the episode and a brief summary of what happened in that episode. There are only like very specific ones that come to mind now, like episode or season 6, episode 7 is Once More with Feeling. That's the musical episode. Like And I only still care about that show in spite of Joss Whedon. Like, there are a lot of great people, a lot of them women, who did a lot of really good stuff on that show. Um, Most of my favorite episodes are episodes that Joss Whedon did not write, and now I know why. Like, the seasons I like are the seasons where he was more hands off. So, you know, yeah, he's a piece of shit too. Another case of the woman that he was married to making his stuff better, and then he got divorced, and his stuff got worse.
Yep. So it's like an AJ in chat said, just to kind of hammer it home, I am hugely against idolizing people. Even the talented ones are flawed humans. Putting them on pedestals isn't healthy for either side of that relationship. And I could not agree more. Joss Whedon is a perfect example. You love Buffy. Firefly, I know it's a short-lived, one of my favorite shows. Fantastic sci-fi.
Mm-hmm.
And the movie, Serenity, phenomenal movie. Very enjoyable. It sucks that Joss Whedon was involved in that in any capacity because he just sounds like one of the worst people.
I also enjoy both those. Do not rewatch them with a critical eye.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
It's probably been over a decade since I've seen either of them.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember what Inara's like secret weapon is?
Her secret weapon?
Okay, so Inara, at many points throughout the show, opens a box. Like when she's in danger and on the ship, she opens a box with a syringe in it. And so a lot of people thought that was like showing that like maybe Inara had a secret drug problem.
Drugs, okay.
What it actually is it's a toxin. And it's a toxin that you can only absorb by having sex with somebody. And what was going to happen in the show is that she was going to use that on herself at one point with is it Reavers? Is that what the...
Mm-hmm. Reavers, yeah, Reavers.
And so you weren't going to see it, but they were going to come in and she was going to be like on the ground, clearly having been violated by all these Reavers, and they're all dead because they raped her and died because she used this toxin.
That sounds like something Joss Whedon himself came up with.
Oh,
for
yeah,
sure.
100%.
For sure.
But that's the things that this man wanted to tell.
Yeah, I never picked up on that.
Once he got, all this clout and had more control over things.
That's crazy.
So, just
terrible. Not even that good at what he does. Maybe the best thing he did was hire smart people.
Oh yeah. Like, if you enjoy Buffy, it's because of countless people. One in specific, Marty Noxon.
Right.
Like, if you like Buffy, it's because of Marty Noxon. It's because of the actors and actresses that are in that show. Like
Sarah Michelle Gellar
Sarah
comes
Michelle
to mind.
Gellar, Allison Hannigan, like
Angel. What was Angel's name?
David Boreanaz.
David Boreanaz.
Because he was cute.
Okay, what's wrong with that?
But it's another thing that we have the women on the casting panel to thank, because Joss Whedon did not care for him, and all of the women were like, "No, you need to
cast him. He's our angel."
Like that is a sexy man. Cast him.
Joss was feeling a little threatened.
Oh, probably. One last Joss Whedon is a piece of shit thing. He was not allowed to be in the same room as Michelle Trachtenberg at one point for like the rest of the show, the teenage girl who was on the show, because of one incident they had together, which she has never said what happened in that room. But afterwards, producers let it be known that Joss was never allowed to be alone with Michelle.
Okay.
Yep.
Cancel Joss Whedon. Cancel this man.
I mean, I feel like it's already been kind of done thoroughly, but we need to remember any comebacks that start coming our way.
Cancel this man. Recancel him.
Yeah. There are many resources to find out how crappy that man is. And there are many women who have come out and been like, yep, real piece of shit. But like, also, this ties back to just auteurism at all, especially for like continuous properties, like things that we want to have a life beyond one person. Idolizing that person's bad because like, what's gonna happen when they're gone?
Right? What are you gonna do?
Konami can't make another Metal Gear Solid because they belong to Kojima in the eyes of everyone. You know, think about like how awful comic books would be if you only ever said that like this one creative can write this character forever.
Yeah,
that
you'd
would
be
ruin
fucked. Absolutely.
Yeah. So.
And like, I don't know, people are generally just adverse to change. Change is, of course, not always bad. You know? So like you're saying, like, because part of it's a comfort thing. You know, you get used to that actor, that, you know, writer, whatever. And like, you know, it's okay. Change isn't always bad. Go, we beat Dialga. I already have this shiny, so I can't catch it.
You do have this shiny.
Hashtag fuck fried biscuits. Wow. So we have another question from Mega Man.
Okay.
When are we being given the ultimate bean tier list?
I think we gotta make people wait for that.
We've got it. So the content, I mean, it's there.
It's there. It's ready.
But are we ready?
It was missing a bean, I think.
It was missing at least a couple, for sure.
Yeah.
It was maybe made a little hastily.
It's gonna happen. But you'll just have to keep tuning in to find out.
Damn.
You know, next time.
How's that for
on Dragon Ball Z?
On Beanscast Ep3. That's this one. So episode 4, Future.
Maybe. We have another question that I was very excited about.
What's that question?
From Dragon Armor.
Go on.
Good old buddy Nate. When are we getting a bean Pokemon?
Damn. What does a bean Pokemon even look like?
I mean, I don't design Pokemon, so I don't know.
Okay.
I would assume it would look like a bean.
I mean, if we got ice cream cone-ass Pokemon, we could have a bean Pokemon.
Yeah. We got flowers. We got a mangosteen.
Well, okay, so then let's take this to its logical conclusion. What kind of bean are we going with?
I think a lima bean feels like the most logical bean.
Fucking nerd. You would go lima bean. Defend that shit.
Defend that?
Defend a fucking lima bean. So cringe.
They're already slightly cartoonish looking. Like a lima bean already kind of looks like a drawing. It's big. It's like a bright green. When it starts to grow, its shoots are very like large and present. I just think it makes sense. Lima bean. What bean do you think it would be?
I just want to real quick say the lobby is up.
I was trying to join and then I hit quit because
I think
of ZL.
Yep. One-handed controls. I love it and hate it. I think that because Pokemon likes the sweet themes, I think you go Vanilla Bean. You just lean into the sweetness. And actually, what is it? What's that one? Freaking the Christmas tree ass Xurkitree kind of looks like a Vanilla Bean almost. It's like kind of stringy and dark like a Vanilla Bean, you know? It just got all those like extra stuffs on it, you know?
But they're like cables.
Yeah. Kind of look Vanilla Beanie though.
Okay.
Not gonna lie. And then Inda in chat actually does correctly point out Chikorita kind of beanie.
Chikorita is kind of beanie.
Chikorita
I am trying to join and it is not working.
And AJ also says Badoo is def a bean. Badoo is kind of beanie as well.
I don't know that I agree that Badoo is a bean.
What do you like? Just a seed?
Yeah.
But a seed could turn into a bean.
About a bean. Like it's a rose. Roses aren't beans.
A rose by any other name is a bean. That's how the phrase goes. Shakespeare taught me
No.
that.
Oh, no. No.
No. Shakespeare taught me that.
Nope. That's not how
No.
that phrase goes.
Wherefore art thou rose by any other name would still be called a bean. That's the phrase. I thought you were a theater kid.
I am.
I'm gonna start a new lobby.
Yeah, I disconnected and then had to reconnect, and it took too long.
Yep.
And I don't know what's going on.
I feel bad because Nate was in there, but I've started a new lobby. Sorry, Nate. Rejoin up.
I'm sorry, Nate. It's my fault. But yeah. So vanilla bean. That's your call.
Yeah, why not? They like sweet stuff. Look, they got alcremie. They've got vanillish. I'm out of them now. It was pretty much just those two. But that's the sweet theme.
Slurpuff. Cotton candy dog.
G-Max Alcremie. There's that one too, which is Alcremie on steroids. So
big ass cake mon.
Big ass cake mon.
Eric's trying to bait me in chat.
He's good at that. He's got skills. Or what about I'm just trying to think of something identifiable. A lot of people like Adamame. Adamame is pretty popular. Soybeans.
Adamame?
Mm-hmm.
Not edamame?
I don't know, dude. Who cares? Let's not do this.
But it's.
I've had a long fucking day. All right, I've had a long fucking day. Don't do this to me. Don't do this.
You did. When you said sweet, my brain, because Japan, went to red bean, red bean paste.
Red bean paste, yeah.
What if it was a little red bean, and then he became a little red bean bun?
That would be so cute. And then you could he could be like mochi. Isn't there red bean mochi?
Mm-hmm. Game Freak, call me.
Game Freak. Call me. We need a tree fitty on that. We need at least tree fitty.
Call me. And
call me. I represent him. I'll let him know what his cut is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was just gonna say, make me a red bean Pokemon. Also,
no, we want money. AJ. We want money. Oh yeah, no. Introducing AJ would be priority number one for sure. That's a good point. What's the Pokemon? All of this AJ, said, Pokemon that are food is cursed.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. He's correct.
I don't know.
We got all normal types, dude.
I mean, I agree that Pokemon being food, Pokemon who are food is cursed. But I like the explanation given. I think it was with the vanillish thing. Is that in Unova, it's not that vanillish looks like an ice cream cone, it's that ice cream cones look like vanillish. The reason ice cream cones look like they do is because they modeled them after the Pokemon.
There's a word. There's a word for that, and it's lazy. That's fucking lazy.
I agree.
That's lazy.
I agree with that.
That's lazy as shit.
AJ again. It's true for that Pokemon, but Farfetch'd just fucked up. Agreed. Okay. Farfetch'd is them just being mean.
Yo, the Pokedex entry is so terrible. It is especially delicious when cooked with its own freaking leek or whatever.
Yeah, like hunted to almost extinction because basically it comes with its own food source.
It's so good. Seasoning. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pokemon's cringe for that. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
It's impossible to disagree with that take.
Yeah.
There is one other question, but we've addressed this before, or I've addressed this before. Maybe you haven't. So let's get your opinion on this. from
Okay.
Sardi. It's important. I mean, this is an important question. How many chuggas
Oh, yeah.
before the choo choo?
So, the way I look at this,
Okay.
it's like, oh God, what's it called? The beginning of a song that you can vamp. Like you could keep repeating the same few bars over and over again, and you just come in at the beginning or at the whatever point in the bar. So I'm thinking this from a musical perspective. Uh, it's always two chuggas, but it can be eight chug. You always come in on after the second chugga.
So any
So
multiple of two.
yes, so it's chugga chugga choo choo, or it's chugga 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 choo choo, like that sort of thing.
I'm team 8. I'm team 8. I think it's 8. So, and it sounds like you think that 8 isn't wrong. It's just that 8 is an optional answer.
I don't think eight is wrong. I don't think it's the only answer.
I think that's fair. I think that's the most reasonable take that I've heard of that. I'm not going to lie. And I think, like you're saying, the rhythm is the chugga chugga as long as it's after that second chugga.
Exactly.
Because I'm team
You
8.
can't come
generally.
in on 1 or 3 or 5.
3.
That's wrong. That's cursed.
Chugga chugga chugga. Yeah, you can't do that. Oh, I'm mashing. I got to stop mashing. Oh, no, I took a shitty Pokemon.
What are we battling again?
I'm sorry. I took a shitty Pokemon. It's a dark
That's
type.
fine. Steel isn't bad. I need to change for before the end because I have a ghost type, and that's bad.
Yeah, don't die.
Uh,
Seems like there's a lot of
yeah.
agreement that 8 is what a lot of people say, but that anything that's and that is a multiple of 2, I think is people are in agreement on is what it looks like.
Yeah, I think.
Do 3
I
and
said,
call it jazz. Yo, it's improv.
no, 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 no. Mm-mm. I don't like that. Don't like.
No jazz. We're anti-jazz
jazz.
in this podcast.
Yeah. I mean, anti might be harsh, but it might not be. Yeah, anti is a little too harsh for me. Oh man. Sorry, I was manning the fact that someone poisoned. I tried to burn. How's it going over there?
I figured it out.
What?
I figured out I was on mute.
Oh. Good stuff.
So we have another topic here.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick.
Mm-hmm.
There was this great article that came out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I loved this so
Yeah.
much. Where did we put that here? Ah, yes. Yeah, so the article was titled, and I want to get this right. I don't want to fuck it up.
No, don't
The
don't
article,
screw it up.
Yeah, don't screw it up here. Let me pull up here. It was the most clickbait article I've ever read. So the article was titled, "Your mechanical keyboard isn't just annoying. It's also a security risk." And then this, I'll put it on the screen here for people in chat. This was the image that accompanied the article. Which, first of all, fucking sick. I think we can
Great
all agree.
image. Fantastic image.
That's fucking sick. That looks sick. All right. So, the first paragraph here, this is really all you need to know, If noisy mechanical keyboards are the bane of your life at home or in the office, then you may have just found the perfect excuse to stop your colleagues or loved ones from mashing those keys so loudly. It turns out that hackers can tell almost exactly what you're writing just by listening to you type. Terrifying. Scary stuff. And then if I skip to the conclusion, analysis. This isn't a real concern yet. If this has you set on the edge, then I have good and bad news for you. The good news is that while this is fairly creepy, it's unlikely hackers will be able to break into your private space and place a microphone close enough in proximity to your keyboard without you noticing. So basically, it's not a fucking issue. But
No.
also, Alec and I talked about this, and if it was, it would be as easy as changing two of your switches on your keyboard. And then they would have no idea.
And just mess with people.
Yep. But again, image on the screen, I think somebody photoshopped this. And they started here. And they were like, yo, that's fucking sick. How do we write an article that allows us to use this fucking image?
Also,
and they worked backwards from there.
Like keystroke malware exists.
That's a fact. That already exists. And guess what? That doesn't matter what kind of keyboard you're using.
No. Or do you have to be in the physical space?
No, exactly. So dumb.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
Hilariously bad. I mean, clearly, this was just someone who's very anti-mechanical keyboard who wrote this. They are very mad at all their friends with their cool clickety-clackety keyboards. And they want them to get rid of them.
That's what happened. Somebody got mad at one of their coworkers using a mechanical keyboard and was like, I'm going to show them why this is a bad idea. I'm going to prove it. What a nerd.
I mean, fair.
I do think that's what happened, though.
Yeah. Yeah. But great image. So, like...
It is.
The credit was on that image.
Whoever made that needs a raise.
Mm-hmm.
It's on there? No, I don't see a credit.
It's under the article.
Like, well, I don't have the article up anymore. No.
Well, I mean,
I'm not gonna do all that.
Okay.
The image was sick though.
Yeah, the image was sick. So, do we want? We got one more thing on our list.
Well, so before we get to that thing, there was an update that I wanted to give.
Oh no, update.
Because I had mentioned in the Discord, join the Discord, if you haven't already, that I was going to do a modification on my Gaggia, my espresso machine.
Oh yes.
I was going to turn it from a 14 bar into a 9 or 12 bar into a 9 bar. But I went to do the mod and I realized I have a Gaggia Classic, not a Gaggia Pro, which means I have an adjustable overpressure valve. So I actually can't switch the spring. I have to physically adjust it with a Allen wrench, which is fine. It just means I have to buy a pressure gauge to dial it in. So quick update. Wasn't able to do the mod, so everybody knows.
Sad.
Yeah, sad. Espresso is still good though. Got some more of it right here. Am I right? That stuff is good.
I'm out of iced coffee, but that's good because I'm gonna go to bed after this. So
we did have that last topic.
The last topic.
So fair warning.
Understand if you go away.
Yep.
We're gonna talk about Doctor Strange 2.
And there will be spoilers. This is going to be total spoilers.
Full spoilers for the movie, and potentially anything Marvel
related up to this
prior
point
to the movie. Yeah.
Yep. So this is your warning, and again, we appreciate everybody for being here. If you haven't seen the movie and you want to dip, we 100% understand. We love you either way.
Get it. So, Doctor Strange. How did you feel about the movie?
I've got opinions. So, as a Marvel movie, I thought it was fine.
Mm-hmm.
I found it, from a directive standpoint, one of the more interesting movies I've seen in a long time. I thought there
Okay.
were several scenes, and I've only, I do want to watch it a second time. I'm not gonna lie. I want to
Yeah,
watch it a
I've also
second
only
time,
seen it once.
and I want to watch it with a notepad because I want to take notes. I've got thoughts. But I thought, like, for instance, the music scene where they were fighting with literal music notes was a great
Mm-hmm.
example of something that Sam Raimi has probably wanted to do for a long time. That he either didn't have the budget or the technology to make it not look corny as shit.
Yeah. Oh,
And I think they pulled it off.
this movie was very Sam Raimi.
Uh huh.
Very Sam Raimi.
I
And
think it was from
everything that
his
comes
mind.
along with
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Like
But
there's
like, but he had the budget this time and the technology to
yeah,
really it executed.
there's no question that once he came on board, there was serious changes to the movie, which
Right.
is good because frankly, the first Doctor Strange is boring. Is not a good movie.
This made me want to rewatch it. But that speaks to your point. I don't remember it.
It's very drab.
Wow, drab.
Very
Are we using words like drab now? Okay, cool.
that's like the best word for it. They took like original sorry, one second. I gotta ask a comment clarification question before I just roll with it. Kirby? Doctor Strange, Jack Kirby? Okay. Pretty sure it's Jack Kirby. But original like comic book Doctor Strange is colorful. Is bright, is like psychedelic.
Right.
And that first movie
Was not that.
so gray. Like anytime they went into the mirror universe, which was an interesting concept, it was just all drab and gray and blah.
Right. And even in the scene where they are jumping through all the dimensions, and there's one dimension where it's just paint, you're just paint. That's so much more what you would expect to see from a series like this.
I knew Jack Kirby was wrong. Ditko, not Kirby. Ditko. Contemporary, very different. But yeah, it is very Steve Ditko. It's bright, it's colorful, it's great. And that first movie was not that. But this one was. It was out there. It felt magical, and I approve that. It was. I enjoyed something that probably a lot of fans of the Scarlet Witch, who are fans just based on the MCU, might not like where the movie took her.
Such as?
Well, being a full villain. Like I'm sure a lot of people weren't ready for that.
I don't know. Okay. Well, Sam, that's another point. Like, so I understand the point that she is a villain, but like full villain is different. It's not like she doesn't have a purpose. This isn't for the sake of being evil.
It's not for the sake of being evil, but she does commit mass murder.
Yeah, but so does Doctor Strange.
It's true. It's true.
Arguably
But,
on a
like,
bigger scale.
The
No,
movie
certainly
points out,
confirmed on a bigger scale.
yes. The movie points out that she is a grieving mother who has sought to fill her grief with this known evil magic. Like, very clear
That
she
Doctor
is
Strange
not-
also used. Okay. So
Yeah,
he's
that
the
we-
villain.
They very much they make a point to show you a universe where Doctor Strange also used the Darkhold and had to be killed by other superheroes because he was evil. Because it was corrupting him. Like, the Darkhold corrupts you.
But he did use it in this universe as well.
Yes.
So there's
He
that.
did. He did. I thought it was enjoyable. I I'm happy that America Chavez is here. Um, Ready for her to be in subsequent things where she gets to be a badass,
Hmm.
because in the comics, America Chavez just like showed up as this fully formed character that we had no backstory on, and she was just this badass.
No shinies.
Uh, she also no shinies here either. She also typically has like the basic Superman powers, flight and vulnerability as
No
well.
big deal. Like me,
Um,
pretty similar.
Pretty similar. Uh, Super strength. She's just a badass. She's great,
Hmm.
and so I'm looking forward to that building to something more like that. But I thought the actress did a great job.
Hmm.
I liked the visual representation of her powers.
Yeah.
It looked good. Uh, I enjoyed the cameos. I'm very
I
happy
so
for
I thought the
okay,
kid.
how do you feel
I
about the
don't.
cameo?
I couldn't. I take it or leave it for me. Except for so like I got very excited, obviously, about Patrick Stewart
Mm-hmm.
because I'm a Patrick Stewart stan. I don't give a fuck. I'll admit it. Um, but knowing because by the time that he was introduced, you could see where this was going, and you're like, oh, they're bringing him in literally just to murder him. Cool, 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 cool.
Oh yeah, like like you're like all these people are dead.
Literally, and on that same vein, that got a little annoying because it seemed like almost like fan service where it was like, oh, you guys want the Fantastic Four? And then
I
it was fucking
love
Jim Halpert, dude. Like,
I love that they well he's been campaigning for that part.
oh, has he?
Like he's been out. I mean, he's been trying to get cast in Marvel movies for since before Captain America. He was the other front runner for
Oh
Cap.
my god.
Um,
Lobby's up, by the way. Lobby's up.
so he very much is like, and he's been actively like, I want to play
Reed
Mr.
Richards.
Fantastic,
Give
which
me
is
Reed Richards.
hilarious. But I also love that they have not confirmed yet, because like the Fantastic Four is happening. Like it's the last movie in this phase. The script is probably done by now.
But
The
it's a
casting
different
is
universe, so it
definitely
doesn't have to
done.
be him. Yeah.
They have not confirmed whether he is going to be Reed Richards in the Fantastic Four movie or not, and I think that's hysterical.
So that one guy that they introduced to kill, who killed Doctor Strange, the Soundwave guy.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Does he exists in the MC, like in the Marvel universe, right? As
yeah,
a
yeah.
person. Okay.
So that's Black Bolt. There
That's a
was an
shitty,
Inhumans.
shitty, shitty superpower.
Yes. It's it. Yes. There was an Inhumans TV show, and Anson Mount, the actor who played Black Bolt in the movie, also played Black Bolt in the TV show. He put a lot of work into his character, and the show was garbage. Like he
Hmm.
developed, like the sign language he uses is not American Sign Language. He developed signs that were not based on ASL or BSL, so that because he's an alien, so he wouldn't be speaking ASL. Um,
Damn, but he's an alien. He can't learn ASL. That's crazy.
but I mean, you know who Anson Mount is, or will, because he's Pike. He's the new Pike.
Oh, I just thought it was a
There you
weird
go.
superpower, and I didn't like how he was portrayed. And then it was dumb when I
And
wasn't
then he
dumb.
blew up
Honestly, the
his.
scene where they blew up his head was fucking intense, and it was well
Yeah,
done.
that was one of the first really overt. Oh yeah,
Sam
this is a
Raimi.
Sam Raimi
Yeah,
film moment.
that's yeah. You should have seen Knox's face, dude. This kid was like, that
He just liquefied his head.
was
Yeah, that was
insane.
like when he did that. I was like, oh yeah, this is Sam Raimi.
Hmm.
And then they all died in very Sam Raimi ways.
Hmm. Can we real quick talk about? It seems like did they run out of money when it was zombie Doctor Strange? Because his mask and makeup was so bad.
I think you're used to seeing really high quality CGI in all these movies, and that I assume that much more of that was practical effects than they
No, it
do
was
it
prosthetics for sure,
because Sam Raimi wanted it to be.
but it looked like shit.
I
So you're
I'd
contending
have to watch it.
it was a choice to make it look like shit
Oh yeah,
rather
it
than
was
a
100%.
budget thing.
Yeah, it was 100% Sam's choice.
Yeah, shitty choice.
So like, this movie sets up a lot of stuff. Nothing that I think is going to have any immediate effect on the future Marvel movies. There's a lot of like long game stuff. It sets up Secret Wars, which was a big Marvel crossover, like line wide. Every Marvel comic book got canceled, and there were a bunch of mini series and one main series for a whole summer. This was like a decade ago at this point. I think about a decade ago. But it was a great story. It's very Fantastic Four heavy. And it is the story when they were doing interviews with the Russo brothers, it's the thing that they said would be the only thing they would come back for.
Which people want the Russo brothers back for sure because they did a good job.
They did do a good job.
They did a good job.
I would rather have someone else.
Really?
I think
just to keep changing it up, change the experience a little bit.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I think
they're very formulaic movies by design. So
they told their story.
Yeah. And it's a new phase. Marvel has said that.
I forgot what his name is. Is it Webb? It's like literally Josh Webb or something that's done all the Spider-Man films. It's something stupid on the nose like that. I don't want him to come back for Spider-Man 4. I think he told his Spider-Man story, and they should give it to someone else.
That's fair.
Is it John Watts? Was it Webb that did the last set? I swear there was someone with the last name Webb involved in some of the Spider-Man movies.
You're like Ofer right now in your namings. That's kind of embarrassing for you.
That's fine. That's fine.
Can't be wrong if you don't guess. Let's
go. I'm sleepy.
That's fine. We'll do one more after this and we'll call it good.
Sounds good. But yeah, I think there's a lot of like lasting potential to these movies. To this movie. I think if you don't really feel like going to the theater right now, for many reasons, the fact that there is still a global pandemic going on, that you can skip it and wait till it's on DVD, Disney Plus.
Well, see, and that's the thing. I've said already, I want to see it again. I want to like watch it critically, like with a pen and paper. I don't know if I would like encourage somebody to go see it if they're on the fence, especially. I think that if you like Sam Raimi films, you'll probably enjoy it. If you like Marvel movies, you may enjoy it. There's enough like crossover and fun stuff for it to be like cool, but it is different than like, I don't know. It's not Thor Ragnarok, you know?
Well, it leans into the magic more than we've had.
Oh yeah.
Because like even the first Doctor Strange is just kind of like, I don't know. It felt like he just has the ability to go into the mirror universe. It didn't feel magical in the same way that this one did. And so that may be an issue for some people.
Some of the stuff though did feel very forced. Like the one non-human creature or life form that was at the temple or whatever that they kept showing. Oh, like the ox thing or whatever.
Oh, that character was Doctor Strange's apprentice for a few years in the comics. That was for nerds.
Okay. Are there no other beings? It's just all humans and then this one thing?
Cow people are kind of like a weird race that exists in the Marvel universe. There's a few of them out there. One of them raised Quicksilver and the Scarlet Witch.
And like not fleshing it out, like so you said it's fan service for nerds. So like this like the scene with the hot dog vendor. right?
Mm-hmm.
That's fan service for Sam Raimi fans, because that guy who Doctor Strange bewitched his arm or whatever into beating himself up.
Mm-hmm.
That guy was in uh what's the series? What's the Sam Raimi series?
Evil Dead.
The Evil Dead, and he had a possessed
He's
arm.
in every Sam Raimi movie.
He had a possessed arm in one of the
He's
Evil
in-
Dead movies. So it's just, it's
And then
fan
he-
service for the sake of fan
and then he-
service, though.
Cuts it off with a chainsaw.
But it's like, so
And then attaches that chainsaw to the stump.
you've got bits of that it's like, oh, this is for the Sam Raimi heads in the crowd, and then you've got the Marvel stuff where it's like, oh, this is for the Marvel heads in the crowd. It's just like, I don't know. I liked it, but like I said, I don't know if I would suggest it, because I don't know if it goes enough one way for like who it's really made for.
So if we follow through on the threads that are in this movie, by we I mean Kevin Feige and the MCU, then it will be a required movie to watch.
Sure.
At this moment, it is an end, not the end, because she never freaking dies, to the Scarlet Witch's story.
Right, it's not the end. She's definitely alive.
She's not dead.
Right.
She's not dead. You can't kill her. But I agree with AJ put in chat, movie would have been better if it was a Wanda movie, in the same way that Infinity War is a Thanos movie, in my opinion.
Her arc, yeah.
The movie definitely assumes that you have watched WandaVision.
Mm-hmm.
That is required. If you have not watched WandaVision, the movie does not land in the same way.
But also, because I haven't watched WandaVision, I've been told by several people who did that if you have seen WandaVision, it kind of also contradicts that a little bit, because she had come to terms with the fact that she had lost her kids.
But that's why the movie goes to lengths to point out how evil the Darkhold is. Because she picks up the Darkhold at the end of WandaVision. And it's not that she didn't she came to terms with having lost her kids. She came to terms with the fact that she had to let go of her kids temporarily, because her kids were tied to the same spell that she was using to enslave thousands of people.
The entire
town of Westview.
When I haven't seen it, so I can't speak to it. I just saw a lot of discourse of people saying, actually...
Yeah, the magical creation of the kids and Vision were tied to the same spell that she used to enslave the entire town. So she would have had to leave the town enslaved to keep them.
Mm-hmm.
So she deliberately takes the Darkhold at the end to try and find her kids. And like, that's the end of WandaVision. So she's like, I'm going to let you go, but I have means to find you again. Like, I will find you. But the Darkhold is horrible, evil magic. Like, the most evil magic in the Marvel Universe. So it corrupts her. And that's why her solution is, I'm going to kill this girl and take her power in order to go to a universe where my kids exist, replace that me, like kill a version of myself and become her, and then be with my children. And
that was a wild plan. That was a wild ass plan.
Yeah.
To be like, I'm gonna kill this own version of myself and take over the body, or take over the role, I guess.
And I haven't seen it yet, but I assume there's going to be discourse about the end feeling like anticlimactic.
In what capacity?
The fact that, like...
I mean, it all works out.
That they, like, beat Wanda with the power of love.
Well, who's they, though? Because, like, Doctor Strange didn't.
No.
The kid... Like, Wanda beat Wanda. Yeah. The kids beat Wanda. Also, those kids, bad actors. Not good actors. Not, I mean, like, whatever, not their fault. Not good actors, though. Holy shit, those kids were bad actors. Holy shit, dude. My kids could have done better.
You think that? and you keep thinking that. Uh, they're kids. It's just, I'm sorry.
Yo,
it's very rare that a child actor is good.
That's not true. That's literally not true. There is a lot of good child actors, historically speaking. Now, did they end up emotionally, mentally stable in the long run? Like, that's not an argument I'm having with you. But were they good child actors? Absolutely. Absolutely they were. Absolutely they were.
Why did we choose to go up against a bird when we have almost all grass types and bug types?
Because it's a flying type and the final one is ground.
Yeah. Still shooting ourselves in the foot. We might not live to the final one.
Yeah, that's a mistake.
But also, if the final one is ground, most likely Zygarde. I didn't do it. But yes. So, like, America's solution is just to give Wanda what she wants and take her to a universe with her kids. And her kids are afraid of her. Because she's a scary-ass witch. And that's fair. And they beat her with the power of love. And she decides, wow, I've been really evil. I'm going to destroy all this evil magic with myself. Yeah.
I'm so mad right now. I'm not even listening to you anymore. I just realized that you're right, and it is probably Zygarde.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fucking furious.
Did the post-credit scene land for you at all? Do you understand anything?
Not even at all. No.
So Charlize Theron is playing Clea, who is actually Strange's main love interest in the comics. They were married for a long time. She is Dormammu's niece. She's related to the big scary head at the end of the first movie. So there's that. Is she AJ saying daughter? She might be his daughter. I don't remember. Frankly, Doctor Strange has never been something I care a whole lot about. Did you mute yourself again, or have you really not been talking this whole time?
I haven't been talking.
Okay.
Why? What? I'm typing.
What are you typing?
Making a command.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I enjoyed the visuals. Like you said, I thought the fighting with musical notes was really interesting.
I thought it was interesting, and so I thought it was well done. And the first thing I said was, damn, this really walked a line between like corny as shit and fucking executed perfectly. And I think they executed it perfectly. Mm-hmm. And Eva looks at me and she said, that was corny as shit. I don't know what you saw. And I was like, okay, fair.
Yeah.
I was like, it was like a half step away from being fucking Daffy Duck and Bugs Bunny going back and forth.
I think it was borderline too long.
That's fair.
I think it was a little.
Nobody's gonna take this after all
too
that.
long. But
did you fuck? Oh my god!
What? Did you mash?
We both hit A. No, I thought you weren't gonna take it.
Oh. Well,
so now we both have flying types.
That's fine.
Doesn't matter. Hate this Pokemon. It's fucking Zygarde, dumbass fucking Zygarde. I hate you so much, Zygarde.
Yeah. So she shows up to be like, help me fight this incursion, which is also a big Secret Wars thing, which the movie.
Well, the incursion they go into, yeah, they explain the premise at least briefly.
What incursion? So. Oh.
Yo, it's not Zygarde! Let's go! Except Piloswine. Yeah, Piloswine would have been good, actually.
we're still screwed.
Oh, is he fire ground?
Yep.
Oh, never mind. Pilot's Plan would not have been good.
Mm-hmm. It is not Zygarde, but Crouton is still gonna kill us.
What if I put him to sleep?
You go ahead and you try and do that.
I mean, it would be good if it works. It won't, but
it won't. The game was trying to tell us something. We had a lot of options for water type.
How the fuck we supposed to know? Do you want to do one more after this?
Sure, we can do one more.
Then we can wrap
Should
it
we
up.
do one more? We're hitting almost the 2 right now.
Yeah, actually, we could call it on this one.
Yeah,
we could call it on this one.
But you know,
we fell asleep. Let's
TLDR,
go. Mm-hmm.
Good movie. Don't risk getting COVID to watch it.
Definitely not risk getting COVID to watch it, but also check your expectations. It's not a Spider-Man movie.
One, it's so much about building for the future. I think
Certainly.
More so than people expected it to be.
Mm-hmm.
They're clearly building up the Young Avengers, if you know Marvel Comics at all. Both of the Scarlet Witch's kids and America Chavez are members. So is Kate from the Hawkeye show. That's clearly a thing they're building up to, which makes me very excited. I don't mind the kids, but I would prefer if they recast them.
Because they're bad actors.
I just like it to happen sooner, and they need to be like 18. And I think they're both like 12 right now.
Get the Stranger Things kids. All those kids, good actors.
And the kid that played Noah, that's the kid who gets stuck in the... Or is that his real name? What's his real name? Whatever. That kid would be very good for playing both of Wanda's kids. Just let him do both. They're twins.
That's true. Bring in the other two Olsens. Make it a family affair.
Who are they going to play?
The twins. Obviously.
What?
Who the fuck else would they play? Are we about to also... Hold on. Are we about to beat Groudon?
Yeah.
Like this just... How did that happen?
We just beat Crouton.
Yo, all my homies hate this bitch. Yo, that actually was fucking clutch.
Yeah. If you hadn't put him to sleep, we would have wiped.
That's hilarious.
He would have taken us out one by one.
Do you have any closing thoughts for the people, Alec?
Been real. Been fun.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you fucking dare. I will fucking unplug this shit right now.
Come on.
Come on. No.
Come on.
RNG, let's go.
I was hoping I didn't have a shiny, but
I don't think we didn't get one shiny tonight.
No, because we're playing with you.
That's true.
And you are the shiny curse.
That's true. I am the shiny curse.
I mean, which is not entirely true. Because as previously stated, shiny Ho-Oh.
That's true.
First run one time.
First run.
Nate, I thought you had gotten a shiny with that first message. I hate to tell you this, but no shiny. Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for episode 3
of the Beanscast.
Thank you. It was fun. We did discuss some beans, so we're keeping that theming going.
Our goal is to get on a Sunday schedule, so we're trying. But bear with us as we try to work out all the details. We're both adults.
Sorry that we have lives.
Yeah.
I think it's surprising to us as well.
Yeah.
That we had 2 weekends in a row of life.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But
join the Discord.
Yeah, join the Discord. Thanks again for hanging out.